If you're running YouTube ads as a realtor or thinking about it, your results are going to be massively limited if you're sending traffic to a weak landing page. I can't tell you how many times I've had agents come to me frustrated because their YouTube ads aren't working, and after looking into it, the problem isn't with the ad. All the views are there, the clicks are there, but when we look at the landing page, it's either too generic, too cluttered, or just doesn't build enough trust to get someone to actually take action. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through step by step creating your landing page so your YouTube ads will consistently generate you leads that actually convert into listings. And here's the best part, I'm not just showing you theories. These principles are pulled from hundreds of real estate campaigns I've optimized, tested, learned from, and refined over the years. So make sure to stick around to the end and I'll show you how to get your hands on the landing page that I make in this video that's converting extremely highly for realtors across the US. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be making all of this through the CRM high level. It's also a software. It's pretty easy to follow along with, but you can use your CRM, your software, KV Core, Follow Up Boss, I'm sure lets you create landing pages, but it is a pretty simple one. Just make sure you're able to create landing pages, create funnels on it. So you're going to go over to sites, and this one I created this funnel for this example. We're going to go to add new step or import. So the way we're going to do this, we have 3 different steps. We have the opt-in page, we have the thank you / pre-call page. We have the opt-in page, we have the opt-in page, we have the pre-sell / calendar booking page, and then we have the thank you / success page. So I'm going to go through all of these pages and make them with you. We're going to start with the opt-in page. Now I'm just going to create the other 2 right now. Then we have the pre-sell page, and then we're going to have the success page. And I'm going to go over what all of these kind of entail and why I do them right now. Success page. So we should be good to go there. And we're going to start with the opt-in page for now. So we're going to just create from blank. And you can use some templates as well if you'd like, but I always just prefer to do it from scratch. So anyways, what you're going to do is basically just add a section. We're going to start going through this right now. So we're going to always start, you want a headline. What I always like doing is just kind of calling out again who it's for. So I like doing let me take this off. I like attention. And then for this example, let's say we're doing Minneapolis. Attention Minneapolis homeowners. And then we're going to make it smaller. So, and a big thing as well I'm going to show you is how to make sure it's optimized for mobile. And then we're going to bring this up. We want it up a little more. That looks better. Okay. And then what we're going to do is add another headline. I'm going to add a little space between this one. And for the headline, a way that you can do it in a way to simplify it is just putting the hook of the ad. So for this example, you could do how to add or how Minneapolis sellers are adding $23,000 to their home's value. I don't know if that's the right use of that, to be honest. But anyways, we're definitely going to make it bigger because you want this to stand out. Perfect. That looks good. And then what I'll do with this as well, I'm going to make this red. So bold text color, make it red. That looks good. I'm going to put this up a little bit. Decrease the padding. Perfect. Now there we go. Now that's really all you need for the headline. And again, we want to look at it on mobile. See, it's way too big on mobile. So we're going to make it a bit smaller. Ideally, the less lines, the better. So this would be, you could do that. I prefer 3 lines like this. And we definitely want to make this one smaller. And you can see, there we go. It looks a lot better. Now from here, what I like to do is add a 2-column section. Right here, this is going to be where we put an image of the lead magnet. So in this, I always recommend doing a guide. You can do a checklist. You can do a home valuation, but where is it? Image. And then right here, this is basically where we're going to add the form. So we're going to have a form in there. I just have a template one right here. You can just add yours in there. And then also another important thing, we want to add a headline for the form itself. And you can add this on the form, but I always recommend you do this as well. So enter your to get instant access. to get instant access. We're going to make this a little smaller. And then right here, this is where we're going to add a picture of the guide. And for this case, on the one that I just have right here is just a buyer guide, just because it was the first one that popped up. But you're going to put a picture of your guide. We're going to make it a little smaller. Not that small. Make it a little bigger. So that's what you want to do. Again, we want to look at it on mobile. The big thing here, we want to make sure that the form is popping up before this. So what we're going to have to do is duplicate. We're going to have to duplicate this and then only show this one on mobile and not on desktop, and then not show this one on mobile, because we want to make sure it looks good on mobile. So what we're going to do here is move this above here, and we can move this one up as well above this form. And then I just want to add this emoji right here just to kind of reiterate where I want them to be. So right here, yeah, we're going to have to duplicate this again. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So we're going to hide this one on mobile and only show it on desktop. And we're going to hide this one on desktop, only show it on mobile. So then we can add this one right over here. We're going to have to duplicate this, only show this one on mobile, and then only show this one on desktop. And then we can move this one right over here. There we go. So here's what it looks like so far. You can see pretty solid so far. And then you can see again, it looks pretty good right here with the form. The big thing is you want it to be above the fold. So when they go to the page, you don't want them to have to scroll down a bunch. So we're going to decrease the padding and make it a little more easy to navigate. So there we go. We have this. What we're going to do when they click on the image, you want it to open the pop-up. Or you actually want it to, in this case, scroll to element, and then we'll scroll to the form. So it's basically this headline right here. And it's already right there, so we don't need that. Now right here, what I do is add another column. This is where we're going to have a bullet list. We're basically going to list off all the benefits. So we're going to, number one, make this section less wide, and then we're going to add stuff. So learn how of your home before selling, create bidding wars for your home. And see how So right here, you can see pretty much what you want to do is just go through the value that you provide, or more importantly, what's in the ebook, what they're going to learn from it. And you want to make sure it's stuff that's applicable to them. So not only saying what they're getting, but then basically the benefits. So increasing the value of your home, creating bidding wars. But what does that do? To get you a higher price, see how to market your property to find the right buyers, right? So that's a good example there. And already this landing page is pretty solid so far. I wouldn't add, something I see is realtors adding stuff below this. Like they just keep going on and on. You don't need anything more than this. And one other thing that I want to mention, you can try changing the background of the landing page, doing like a black or like a dark blue, and changing basically here. I'm going to do that with you, but I think that's something that you can do that's going to basically help it stand out. That's a big part. So, and then we'll change this. Where's the text? Change it to white. Change these to white. And then we'll change the icons to green. There we go. See, and it just makes it stand out a lot more. And now we'll check it on mobile, because again, this is the most important part. And I would put these bullets above this on mobile. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm only going to show this one on mobile, only show this one on desktop. And I'm going to move this up above here. So we're showing the benefits before they see this, because they don't need to see that first, but they want to see this. So you can see right here, this does look really solid already. And there we go. And we're going to obviously preview it, but that's a pretty good start right there. It looks really good. One other thing I want to do now is just add a button down here, because if they scroll down, you want to make it as easy as possible for them to go back up. You could also add the form again, but I would just add get your free ebook. Just add get your free ebook, and then what we're going to do is make it a little bigger, and then we're going to change it. We're going to make it bold as well. Whoops. Get your free ebook. What we can do as well is make it rock. See right there. And we're going to make it red, so it kind of matches up with that, because you want it to stand out. Get your free ebook. And then we're going to basically, when they click on it, it's going to scroll up, scroll the elements, and we're going to scroll all the way up to this right here, so it scrolls up to the form. And then right there you go. That's exactly how I would do it. That's a really solid landing page right there. I wouldn't show it on desktop because you don't need it, and most people come in through mobile, but there you go. That should give you a pretty good idea. Now from there, you can see that's it on desktop. This is it on mobile. It does look really good already. If you do that again, this is going to convert really well for you if you're not getting conversions already. So what we're going to do next is, actually, one other thing I want to show you is in the SEO metadata for content. Now this is basically when they're on the page, it's what it says on your tab. So I would just add, and a lot of people miss this, claim your free seller guide. I'll just do claim your free guide. Claim your free guide. Make sure you save this, and then make sure you save it up here. But yeah, you can see right here, it's pretty solid. Again, obviously you want to change that, make it updated with your stuff. But then from there, we're just going to go to the pre-sale page. Now, for reference, this is the most important page by far, because this is where you're getting the information. Once you get the stuff on the back end, that's where your conversions happen and stuff. But this is still pretty important. So what I want to do is add, and this is a pretty simple page. Again, it doesn't really matter, because the whole goal is you just want people to watch this video and then book a time on your calendar. So this is the pre-sale video. So I would do watch this 30 video from Noah. Watch this 30-second video from Noah, and then this is basically going to be, and I would add like next step, so they know that's what they should do next. Next step, watch the 30-second video from Noah, and I'm going to make this italicized, and then we're going to make the italicized one red. Next step, watch the 30-second video from Noah. We'll make it a little bigger as well, make it stand out. And then right here, this is where you're going to have your pre-sale video. So you're going to put in the video URL. And basically for this video, I want you to introduce yourself, reiterate what you said in the ad, the value you provide. So if they were going to learn how to sell their home for more money, find more buyers, create bidding wars, make sure you're talking about that. And then say, hey, and if you are serious, if you want to go over any of your questions, learn about the current market, how much you could get for your home, get an accurate home valuation, feel free to book a call with me using the calendar below this video. That's pretty much the outline for it. So right under here, you of course want to have your calendar. So I'm just going to duplicate this one, and then we're just going to move this one down. So what we're going to do is step two, book your free strategy session with Noah. So, and the big thing, like I say strategy sessions because I don't want to make it seem, you don't want to make it seem like a sales call or like you're just going to be selling them. So, and you actually are going to help them on this call, right? So you want to just make sure you're iterating that you're actually going to be providing value. So you're going to add in your calendar right here, select your calendar. I just have this one right here. And then from there, that's really all it is. Super, super simple. That's really all you need right there. And then again, I'm going to update the SEO metadata, change it, add the title, free strategy session with Noah. Okay, and then we're going to make sure we save that, and we're going to save it right here. And then one other important thing, we need to check it on mobile, and also make sure that when they do book a call from your calendar, make sure it goes to the next step. So that's important as well. And then we're going to check it on mobile. See, it's all messed up on mobile, so we're going to make it smaller right here, 2 lines ideally. Perfect. And then step 2, make them the same size, 26. And again, go to next step,
Now we're all set with that. Perfect. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to put this down more because my thought process behind this is I don't want them to see step 2 before they watch step 1. So I'm going to make this down a bit more so you can't see that right away. So I like this. You can't, it's not too overwhelming. So we're going to do something like that. We're going to save it. Looks good right here. And then we're finally going to go to the success page. So on this page, basically the whole point is getting your brand in front of them as many times as possible and just continuing to build trust. So I'm going to go through this quickly because it's not as important, but you're basically just adding headlines. Success, your appointment is confirmed. Success is confirmed. And one thing you can do as well, you can add in custom values. So for appointments, start date, time, and then you can do time zone. Appointment, time zone, because then it's going to seem like, okay, they just booked and now it says the exact time, the exact date, the exact time zone that they just booked for. Then you can say, please add it to your calendar and respond yes to our confirmation. To our email. There we go. So really the main things here, you want to make sure that they know it's confirmed, and then also making sure they add it to their calendar, and then just reiterating the time again. And then right here, this is basically where you can kind of get creative with this. One thing, what I usually do, I would recommend doing a video right here. Hey, just so you booked a call with me, looking forward to chatting with you then. We're going to go over X, Y, and Z. And then also adding in just a little bit about yourself. So I would do like an about section, about Noah, and then I would just give some information about you. You can just do your Zillow description, your bio, but just add some stuff about you so they can get to know you a bit more. And then under here, what I want to do is always add reviews. So I would say see what others are saying. See what others are saying about Noah. And then right here, I would just add as many reviews as possible, just basically hammer them with reviews. So I would just do image and I would just keep duplicating that a bunch. So you have a ton of reviews right here. And then under here, I would also do number 1, if you have a YouTube channel, this is what I like doing for agents who have a channel. I would add a headline. Check out about living in Minneapolis for this example. And what you're going to do there is you're going to add videos. You're going to duplicate these, add one in each, make it look professional. And then right there, you have that. And then what you can also do, one other thing that I like doing is add in, what I want you to do is go over here, add in custom code. You're going to, whoops, duplicated the wrong one. You're going to just add these, but you're going to actually embed your Instagram posts. So when you go on Instagram, there's actually, if you click like the 3 dots on a post, you're able to get a custom code, but you can basically embed it. So it just looks like it's all native here. And then if they go click on it, it'll bring them right to your Instagram. But that's the whole goal of this page. You can see it's just a ton of stuff about you, client results, case studies, social proof, videos, and then also posts on Instagram, Facebook, anything like that, where you're just building trust. And then we're going to go to the SEO metadata and do success page. Actually, just we can do appointment success. We're going to save it. And then we're going to have to check it on mobile as well. Make sure we save it. This happens before I forget to save it. I do all this work and then it just is gone. We're going to make it smaller, make sure it looks good. There we go. Solid. Perfect so far. Check out, make this smaller for sure. And then we're going to add more padding in between here. Just make sure it looks better. That's really the big thing, is just cleaning it up, make it look professional, align with your brand. Wrong way. Okay. There we go. You have your YouTube videos there. You have all your posts there, and then you'll be all set to go. So, just recapping everything, we have the opt in page. This is the most important page by far. If you're not getting results with your YouTube ads, maybe you're getting a lot of clicks, but you're not getting anybody actually converting into leads, it's this page. Probably something with your headline. Maybe you're not calling out who it's for. But also, if your headline is different from what you're saying in the ad, it's not going to resonate with people, and you need to make sure it's congruent. And then also having your form above the fold, that's an important thing. So what I mean is when they load on the page, they see your form, they don't have to scroll down for it. Also showing a picture of the guide, reiterating the value, but then making sure it looks good on mobile, right? That's the most important part. It looks really good, making as easy as possible in them. And then with the pre-sale page, just outlining the next step. Hey, watch this video, then book your strategy session. So you're getting people booking right on your calendar. Those are almost like referral quality leads because they already basically know, like, and trust you, and they actually chose to book a call with you rather than you reaching out. Then from there, you have all your appointment automations going out. You're confirming the appointment immediately via text and email, and then just hammering them with social proof about you, about your brand, about who you are, and just building more trust before your call. Right. So that's exactly how you do that, how I do this to get listings. And this is the exact funnel that I use for a lot of clients. I have tweaked my landing pages. I didn't go into the exact detail, but if you do want to see exactly what I do or have me take a look at what you're currently doing, whether you're running YouTube ads, not running YouTube ads, maybe you're just interested in getting a couple extra listings each month with something like this and just having me come in and do it for you, feel free to check the link in the description below and just book a chat with me. We'll just kind of go over all this again. I can take a look at your stuff and you can just learn a bit more and see if it's potentially a good fit and how it's working for others across the country. But anyways, I do appreciate you watching. If you have any other questions, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. Other than that, I appreciate you watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.